I'm interested in many aspects of how people sleep. And so I wanted to know how many people had pets and how it affected their sleep. So over the course of several months, I asked every one of my patients a series of questions about their pets and their sleep, and then analyzed the information. Now, one of my colleagues had done the same study 10 years earlier, which gave me the ability to look for differences over time. And what I found was that about the same percentage of people had pets. About half of the people have a pet. Most common are dogs, followed by cats, and the third most common, birds. But what has changed over the last 10 years is that if a person has a pet, they're more likely to have multiples. So instead of having a single dog, they have 2 dogs or even 3 dogs. One person had 5 dogs plus a cat. And then regardless how big your house is, the question is, where do the animals sleep and does that affect the human? And I found there are all sorts of different patterns. And that most people are pretty loyal and accept their pet and don't want to complain about their pet bothering them at night. But it is higher than it used to be, and my belief is it's because more people have more than one pet, and that just multiplies the possibility for there being a problem. Well, we try and help people relax at bedtime so they drift off to sleep, and to have a purring cat or a well-behaved dog nearby may be very relaxing and very conducive to sleep. So provided everyone sleeps well, it can be a benefit to have the animal nearby. Well, there are a couple of different things that happen. Very often people are awoken because of their pet. So the pet is, walking on them, moving around, wiggling in bed, snoring. Dogs sometimes will be moving and acting out their dreams. There are some pets that get under the blankets, and that wakes a person up. And then lastly, in the case of birds, they can be squawking when the sun rises. And in the case of dogs, they can need to be let out, so the person has to get up at night to let out their dog. And finally, some pets have medical needs. So a few animals were having seizures, and their pet owner needed to be available at night to help them with their medical problems. Well, my main recommendation is that people take a look at their setup and carefully consider whether it's truly working or not, and not allow their loyalty to their pet to blind them to consequences that aren't desirable for their sleep. So some of the things to look at and think about is, how big is your pet? How well does your pet sleep? Some pets make a lot of noise and move a lot at night. Where does your pet sleep? On the floor, on the bed, on the pillow, under the covers? How well do you sleep? Do you sleep alone, or is there another person there? Do either of you have allergies? And lastly, how big is your bed? Now, if all those things are working and you're not aware of any problems, then having your pet sleep nearby is an option, and it may actually be quite comforting, may be relaxing to have your dog or cat nearby. But think about it. Be sure that you take a close look before you decide to go down that path.